Penny and Dime. I am your host, Dr. Bob Rousseau. Today, I will be explaining to you the pros and cons of buying older houses versus buying new build or houses that are being built as we speak. We will consider two main factors when we buy old or new. We'll consider the interest rate and consider the closing cost. Without further ado, let's begin. Let's start with a buying older house. You are in the market, you're looking for something to buy, you will make the decision whether to buy old versus new. But most of the time I think people look for older houses because of the price. But there are several factors to consider. Let's start with the interest rate. When you are doing interest rate, there are two things to consider. You will consider what I will be calling the loan products. I will also consider the condition of the home. The reason we're talking about those two things is because the loan products and the condition may affect the value of the house you are trying to buy, and at the end may increase how much money you pay per month, or also how much money you pay upfront for closing costs or down payment. Typically, when it comes to interest rate for old houses, they are not too different from new build, assuming again you have a good credit. You have a good credit, you shouldn't be worrying about the rates is about the same. The same rule apply for either one of them, and if you are the higher your credit score, a better interest rate you might be getting. Let's talk about the loan product. The loan product, what is that? Let me tell you, there may be some specific loan products available for older homes, and I will tell you exactly what they are and when can you have some products. Is the property location, the property value, or the emotional value the seller put to the house, and the loan products will impact the terms that you will be getting, which is linked to the condition of the home. If the older house you are buying requires some renovation, some repairs, this again will impact the loan terms, will impact the type of mortgage you will be getting. You may think you will buy a conventional loan, and then when the house is being inspected or after inspection, they will tell you no, the house is so bad or require so much repair that we cannot give you a normal loan. We're gonna have to give you a renovation loan. It happens all the time. If you have a commercial loan, guess what? You may have a different rate when it's time for you to close on your house. Still talking about interest rate. Now let's talk about for new houses, new build. Two things to consider when it comes to rate is what we'll call the builder incentives, something you don't get when you buy a older house. Also fixed loan rate, and also we can talk about the interest rate that is locked. Let's explain those three things. Builder incentives. Builders often give you some incentives to motivate you to buy from them, but the incentive they will be giving you is contingent on you buying or using the lender that they are affiliated with. What kind of incentives can they give you? they can give you a lower interest rate, even below the fair market value. They can also give you a rate buy down, and later I will tell you what is it. And once again, they want you to purchase from them. You cannot go to a different lender. Let's talk about one of the things, like, let's talk still an interest rate, the rate buy down. Let's say that today the interest rate to buy a home is $5.99, but at any time that rate can go higher or can go lower. But let's assume with inflation it will go higher. They can tell you, just example, right? If you add $2,000 more, we can help you secure that rate. So whether in 2 years, if the market goes to $6.99 or $10.99, you will always be paying $5.99. That's the beauty, something that you don't get when you buy a older build, because the seller don't have that time to try to give those incentives. So that's what we talk about, a fixed rate loans. Whether it goes 10%, you will already pay in finance, but you have to spend some money ahead to be able to get it. Which brings us now to the third one, which is interest rate lag, which they call IRL. What is it? For homes under construction, builders and lenders might offer interest rate locks to protect buyers from rate fluctuations. Let's say that there is a house you want to buy, but that house is not built yet, and you get a builder. They tell you within 6 months you sign all your contract, right? You sign all the contract, you buy your lot for 10, 20K, and they start building for you. It will take 6 months. People do that all the time. That's again new build. So when right now, let's say that still not different from the fixed rate loan, the rate is at $5.99. Maybe after they done construction, because you have not signed the closing document yet, they will tell you, if you buy that now, whether it goes up or down, it will always be $5.99. So that's the rate that will be getting, not too different from the fixed rate loan, which is not too far away from the interest rate lag. So we spoke about the interest rate for new and old. Now let's talk about closing costs for both, again, old and new build. So closing costs. Remember, we say two factors we consider was interest and closing. So what is closing costs? Typically closing costs is 3% of the total value or the price, the selling price. Let's say that a house is advertised for $400,000. With 3% is about to be $12,000. So the lender, or better yet, the builder, can offer to pay the closing costs for you. Buying houses are expensive, really expensive. You have to come with the money, that down payment. You have to come with the closing costs, title, insurance, inspection. That deter a lot of people from buying a house. But if you're buying something new, the builder will tell you, you know what, you don't have to pay the closing costs, and they will tell you upfront that if you buy from me, I will give you $12,000, so you don't have to pay the closing costs. Builders very often they offer to pay either the entire closing costs or a part of it as incentives, especially if you as the buyer you use the lender. For them to pay the closing costs for you is contingent on you buying or financing your loan with the lender or any lender they are affiliated with. So that's the beauty. When you buy a older build, you don't have that room. They don't offer that. You can negotiate that. You can negotiate, but the seller is under no obligation to accept your offer, because there will be other offers. Other people will offer. Mainly if it's a beautiful house, good location, they will tell you, okay, let me wait. They can wait, and the next day somebody will tell you, you know what, you don't have to pay anything, I'll get the closing cost. Or you can offer when your realtor send the offer letter, you can say, you know what, I know the house, the closing cost will be 12K. I will pay 8,000 and you will pay the 4,000. They might say, you know what, let's wait. And the next day, somebody will say, you know what, I will pay 9,000. You can only pay 3,000. Guess which one they will be getting? The one that offer, that give them the most advantage. So builder, they pay the closing cost in new build. The standard fee. Standard. What compose standard fee? We are talking about insurance title. We're talking about insurance title. We're talking about appraisal costs, because when you buy your house, you have to appraise it. With a new build, the builder, the lender, they pay everything for you. They pay for the inspection. You can decide to have your own. If you want to have your own, you will contact your own people, your own company, and you will be paying them yourself. And after you buy and you have at least like a year to wait with warranty, is even what they give you. And also, still in closing costs, there is no repair to be made. So when we talk about buying, there are some overall consideration that again we'll consider is the loan terms. What do I mean by loan terms? And also remember, when you buy in a older build, let's say example that the house right now is 4,000, right? 4,000. And after inspection, they say that they will require some repair that will be about 20,000. Two things can happen, right? The seller can reduce to 300,000 if they will want to sell, or they can add the 4,000, the 20,000 to the 400,000. So the property value will increase by 420. Guess what? The closing cost will change. Maybe it was 12,000. Now it will be maybe like 18,000. Once again, those issues, you don't have them with a new build. If there is something you don't like, they will fix it for free. The price will not change. So what are the overall considerations? The loan term, I said, right? Loan terms. What do I mean by this? Regardless of the property's age, you as the buyer, you should compare loan terms for multiple lenders. Do not get the first interest rate they give you. Keep shopping, keep looking, because the interest rate can impact your closing cost. If you have the best interest rate, if you have a 2%, you will have a better chance to have it, because when the house is at 400,000 and they're gonna add your interest rate, let's say, if it's become like 419, you will not be paying interest your clean cost on 400,000. You paying on 419,000. That's why it's good, always better to have a better interest rate. Let's still things to consider. Incentive. We are doing a recapping. Is you will take advantage of every single incentive the buyer will be giving you, or the builder will be giving you. And also there are some fees additional that you may pay. Be mindful of those fees. A inspection will add to it, the appraisal cost, the repair, that also will impact your overall closing costs. In conclusion, to finish with our class today, both old houses and new builds have competitive interest rate. Always remember that. But new bills may offer more opportunities for you to have a lower rate, to buy down your rate, to give you closing cost incentives. But it's contingent on you buying from them. Those promotions, they exist. Ask for them. They will tell you. Whether you are buying old or new, always evaluate your options. Consider all potential costs and incentives and make sure they are all in your contract. That's all we have for today, folks. Penny and Dime, Professor Rousseau, a founder and CEO of Apostrophe Biz Coaching. Thank you. See you next week.